Hey there, it's Game Over here, and today I'm going to take up a couple minutes of your free time and introduce a cool little glitch in Ocarina of Time. The version of Ocarina of Time I'm using is version 1.2, and I'm using the latest Project 64 and cheat engine, so if you're having issues getting this to work yourself, I'd advise using those versions. Now, I've been picking apart different lines of codes for this game for about 2 years now, and one mystery has always got to me. In Ocarina of Time, there are areas that you can visit as Young Link and Adult Link, but you can't visit those areas in reverse roles. Meaning every time you use a cheat to turn into Adult Link, the game will load Adult Link's version of the world. There are certain Young Link areas that can be explored as Adult Link, but only because no Adult Link version of that room exists. Just recently, I viewed Swanky Box's video, The Title Screen Paradox in Ocarina of Time, and in this video he dives into the profile of the Link that appears in this title screen. This particular subject interested me, as I was curious what other elements lay dormant in this weird paradoxical world in Ocarina of Time. Pretty soon this sent me down a rabbit hole of glitched out worlds that exist between two different versions of a level. So, let me stop myself right there. I'm going to bring you to the beginning of how this all was achieved so that you're not lost, and maybe you watching can try this for yourself and let me know what kind of results you achieved. So there's going to be two codes that we need control of. I'll tell you about the second one later, but the first code we need we'll call the cutscene code. This code controls when Link is able to be played and when he needs to be frozen for a cutscene. As soon as we are able to play as Link, we need to start a new scan for the value 0. Now let's activate the cutscene where Link talks to the Great Deku Tree. As soon as this happens, we need to scan for the changed value of 65533. It's important to note that this code doesn't get you out of the cutscene, but it serves as an interesting workaround to enter a cutscene and remain playable. Also, if you're still having difficulty singling the code out, you can enter the cutscene where you say goodbye to Saria and scan for the changed value 65520. If you're still having trouble, you can scan for the value 65523 during the title screen. Now that we have the cutscene code, let's go into the title screen. Change and freeze the value to 1, then do a soft reset on the game. Wait till the Nintendo logo is done and now you will be able to play as Link from the title screen. Sometimes it'll load you in a different time of the day, but we're looking for the one where it's early in the morning, so all you have to do, if this happens, is reset again until you're in early morning time of the day. Also, try not to press the A button or the Start button, as this will bring you to the main menu screen. Now, next, let's head to Lake Hylia entrance. Before we head into there, make sure you unfreeze the cutscene code and change the value to 0, otherwise this glitch will not work. As soon as we enter the area, you'll notice that Adult Link is stuck in mid-air and cannot descend. The levitate code will only make Link ascend, but he still cannot gravitate towards the ground, which brings me to the next code we're going to need. Let's scan a new code for the value 42949674041. Wow, that's a really long code. Now, let's freeze the cutscene value, change it to 1, and reset the game again till it's early morning time of the day. Let's wait till we have Link in idle mode. From here, scan for the value 4294967040. We'll need to freeze the playability code's value and change it to 0, and repeat the steps earlier to get to Lake Hylia, which includes unfreezing the cutscene value and changing it to 0. If everything's done right, we'll be ported into Lake Hylia as a playable Adult Link. As soon as you walk over the pond, you'll notice that the water level has risen and is in fact invisible. Adult Link also has a glitched out collision with this water, making it difficult to navigate. So why is the lake now like this? My theory is that we have now tricked the game into loading segments from both Link versions of this level. The water is still lowered for Adult Link, but also technically risen for Young Link. By changing the value for the cutscene code and entering certain doorways, we're doing a sort of improvised wrong warp, where instead of just being ported to a different level, it's also loading the elements for both Links. Different values for the cutscene code can lead you to different places, and we're going to look at another neat example right now. So let's freeze the cutscene code, unfreeze the playability code, reset the game again with the cutscene code set to 1, and this time, let's head up the river that leads to the Zora's Domain. Entering this area will warp you to the Deku Tree as an adult, where you can explore Kokiri Forest. From here, let's head to Link's treehouse, where we started the game at. However, before we head in, we're going to change the cutscene code value to 0 again and walk through the doorway. This will warp you to the town's entrance, where we can walk straight into the town. From here, let's walk right up to the Happy Mask Salesman's door and enter it. This will bring us into Ganon's castle, where all we have to do is exit the level, which will bring us outside Hyrule. From here, we need to change the cutscene's code value to 12 and then get noticed by a guard. This will take us to the interior of the Gerudo's fortress, where we will need to maneuver our way to this area over here at the top of the ramp. From here, let's change our value back to 0 and go through the doorway to get outside of the Gerudo fortress. Now we need to make our way to this door, right over here, which will lead us to the Ganon's castle. Just make your way to the end of the level, and it will warp you to this mysterious glitched shop. No one is inside it, and a few weapons can actually be used inside it, including the sword, bombs, and arrows. You can also pull out your Ocarina and activate the Song of Storms inside the shop, which will in return make it rain inside of this place. Now, I hope you guys liked this video, and I can't wait to hear back from anyone that plans to actually try this for themselves. There's a lot of changes that are about to be happening to this channel, so if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and join in on the fun. I have a lot of videos planned, so if you're interested in seeing more, you can always go into the comment section and recommend a game for me to try taking apart. With all this said, have a great afternoon, and I hope to hear from you all soon.